Well, here we go again. Welcome to FM Mobile 2024 or Football Manager Mobile 2024. I'm going to take you through a quick guideline into Football Manager 2024, how this game works, and how you play the game for free. So, if you like this content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. So, the first thing we do when we are in our game is we want to go to new game. We are going to create a new game and we're going to start a new career for ourselves. So, we have various options. We have career, we are going to go through the traditional way of playing FM Mobile 2024, where you just create a profile for yourself, select the team you want to begin with, and you just begin managing. Or you can undertake certain challenges that are available in the game. We're not going to go through that. And we also have My Club, where you can create your own club. So what this means is that you don't technically create your own club, you only just replace an existing club with your club name, and you can make certain decisions for yourself. We are not going to go into that again. So let's move to career, and under career we're going to select the nations, the playable nations we want to play, we want to have the game in. So in FM Mobile 2024 you can choose up to 5 playable nations. To make this game realistic, it's advisable to go for the top 5 leagues in the world, which is the English Premier League, which is the French League 1, which is the German Bundesliga, which is the Italian Serie A, and the Spanish La Liga, because those are the top 5 leagues in the world. So to make your game realistic, you can choose this, but you can also choose the other options available depending on the kind of challenge you want to put yourself into. So after selecting your nations, we are moving to next. And after clicking on next, it's going to initialize our game, which is going to set a database for these top 5 leagues we've selected. So we are going to have the game compile all the data and information it needs to do before it can begin playing the game. So let's give it a time, and it's done. So after choosing the leagues, the playable leagues you want to play in, you now have to select a team. So you can see we have the English Premier League here, we have the French Ligue 1, the Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga. And we also have national teams. You can begin with managing the national team you want. But yeah, I think I'll click on random team over here. You can select any league you want, and it's going to give you various options. So I'll go with the Italian Serie A, which we are in the first division, and we are going to be managing Atlanta. This is just for, you know, the tutorial. It's not a main series or anything. So after selecting your team you want to manage, you have to do next is just hit on next, and under next you're going to these game options. At the right side, we have unlockables. When you are new to the game, everything is going to be locked. You need to play the game for some time, achieve certain achievements to be able to unlock certain things. We're not going to focus on that. But under the game world, we have 3 options. We have use fake players, we have attribute masking, and we have budgets in first window. So the first one, as we know already, as you should know already, use fake players. So when you turn this on, the game is going to delete all the real life or real world players from the game, and just going to general and randomly create new players, like randomly create players with random names and random countries and stuff. But again, if you want to make FM Mobile 2024 realistic, you need to turn this off. And the next one we have is attribute masking. I'm going to recommend, if you want to make the game realistic, you need to turn this on. What this does is that it's going to hide certain details, or certain how do they call it here, certain player attributes, like their value, their I don't know how to put this, their rating in terms of speed in shooting, and yeah, those stuffs. I'll try and leave a screenshot on the screen so you understand what I mean. It's going to hide this unless you scout the players. This is going to make it realistic, so you don't know the full potential of a player until you've sent your scouts to go and scout them and come back with results. The next one we have is budget in first window. This is where if you want to begin the game with your first transfer window, I recommend to turn this off, so that you don't let the AI make transfers that you might not see realistic for now. So yeah, if you want to start fresh, I think you need to turn this, leave this on. The only thing you need to turn on is attribute masking. So with that, let's click on next. And our next is where we're going to create our football manager profile. So here you need to select a profile for your manager, or you can use an existing profile. So for me, I'm going to go with the existing profile because it's just a tutorial I'm making. So when you're done, we just click on next. And clicking on next, you're going to see a summary where it's going to give you the active nations. The active nations, the top five league, the five leagues you selected. And note, you cannot manage a country, sorry, you cannot manage a club outside these five countries, but you can manage any national team apart from these five nations. So that's what you need to take note. And under that, we have the game start date. Depending on the league, it's going to give you various options. You can select when you want the game to start. I always leave it on automatic to make the game make that decision for me. And then we can see here the team you are managing, managing Atlanta BC, which is in the Sierra R. And our manager details is also here. You can see the manager icon is blank. You can click on this, take a picture, and take a picture of yourself and put it there. But I prefer not to use my face or whatever. So when we are all set, you need to click on finish, and now the game is going to do its compilation. And when it's done, we'll get into the game itself. Stay tuned. Okay, so now the game is done compiling everything we need. It took my device about 2 minutes to get everything down. So you can see Atlanta appoints Pendleton as manager. That is the latest breaking news from FM24 mobile TV. So you can just click anywhere on the screen, which is going to take you into the game. It's going to bring this dialog box that is going to give you various information walkthroughs about finding your way around the game. But that's why I'm watching this video. I'm going to make it simple for you. So the first place we have is the inbox. We are going to receive every message regarding your career, regarding your players, regarding transfers, and what have you. So that's what basically the inbox page does. So we are going to look at the left side of the screen, the left side of the game, where we have these various menus. You're going to go through all of them one after the other, and yeah, I'll try to make it as short as possible for you, as you know. Yeah, so now let's move to the home menu, where you can have just a quick information about the team. You can see when the next season begins, because we're starting a new season. But if you already started play, it's going to show where your next match is going to whatever beginning. You can see arrivals and departures. So departures is those you've sold, and arrivals is those you've brought. And beneath that, we have the medical center, where you can see players that are injured, players that are at a risk of getting injured, and players that are fit. We're going to get to that page itself in the game. And to the right side, we have finances. So you can see your financial state, your net spend. You can see your transfer budget and your remaining wage budget. And beneath that, you can also see fixtures and results. You can see games you've already played. You can see the results of those, and you can see your upcoming games. Also, this home menu has two pages or two sides. If you want to see the other side, you click on this hamburger icon. Those three lines is called a hamburger icon, and you can then move to pre-match hub. So pre-match hub is going to show you your next game, like the game you have next, the immediate game you have next. Going to show you the type of game. You can see it's a friendly you're going to be facing Frosinone at the Gewis Stadium. Beneath that, you can see the style you're going to play, the formation. You can see the players unavailable, and to the right you can see information about your the team you're going to face them. You can see their strengths, their weaknesses, and stuff. So yeah, that's what the home page does. Now let's move to the next page. That is this page, which is the club menu. So it's basically the club menu. When you click on it, it's going to open another page where you can have all these various menus. I'll try to go into them, those that are important. And yeah, so the first team, when you move to the first team, this is where you can see all the players who are available in the first team. But the way, like looking at it this way, it looks kind of scary. So what I normally do is go to view actions, and under view actions it's going to open this view menu, and under the select view I love to go to detailed. So detailed, and under detailed I like to go for either general info or contract. So let's first go for general info. So with general info, is going to give you the position, going to give you the name of the player, it's going to give you their morale, their average rating, and their value. So you can go with either this, but my favorite is going with contract. So with contract again, we have so the you have the positions they play, you have the names, you have their wages, how much each player receives, the expiry date of their contract, the expiry, how many months or whatever they have left to an expiry of their contract, and their current value. So that's what the so this is the club squad for the first team. We also have, when you click on the club icon again, you can go to the second team, or other ways you can also click on the hamburger icon, and at the hamburger icon you can move to the reserves. So this is the reserve team, this is the Atlanta B team. These are the players available in the game, but we are not focused on that now. So we'll move back to first team, and now we are back to the first team, and under the first team we now want to move to okay, I'll skip tactics. I'll go to fixtures. So under fixtures, you're going to see the various games you have. Either it's been friendlies, the league you are playing in, or the European competitions. When I talk about European competition, I mean the Champions League, Conference League, and that stuff. All that is going to show. Right now, they are not showing. Because I don't think in 2023-2024 season, Atlanta was in European competition. If I'm wrong, but if your team was, maybe you will see those fixtures, or later on when you are playing the game and the draws are made, you see your team. Again, in the hamburger, we now move to general information. Here you can see the general information about your club. So you can see our stadium. We play at the Gateway Stadium, a capacity of 22,000. Is that the stadium they play in? I don't know. The status of the club. So the club is a professional club, and you can see our name there, our manager at Peddleton. To the right, you can see the kits. You can change the kits with the in-game editor, which you can unlock after playing the game for some time. If you are new to the game, you play the game for some time. When you achieve certain things, then it's unlocked for you. So you go to settings and select turn down on in unlockables. So you can see the full name of the club, that is Atlanta BC, the league competition they play in, and the continental competition. Okay, so in 2023-2024 season, Atlanta was in the Europa League, and you can see the quality of their training facilities and youth facilities and their financial state. So back to the hamburger, we'll now move to finances. And under finances, this way we're going to see every information about the club's finances. You can see the wage budget, you can see the transfer budget, transfer spending, how much they spent, transfer income, how much they've earned from sales, and um net spend is what is it? Transfer received minus transfer paid, or something like that. That is, I don't, my math's not that good. And you can see the current wage total. That means the current wage total is combine all your players together, how much the club spends on a week. So you can see here showing per week. When you move to settings, you can change this per week to monthly or yearly, depending on how you want it. To make it realistic, leave it per week, because that's how it runs in the real world. And we have maximum wage. That's the maximum wage you can pay a player, 31K. But it's not. I don't know. I don't know whether that's what it does, because you can pay someone more than that. Because if you're looking at the current highest wage, you can see the person with the current highest wage is receiving 98,000 per week. Who is that? It's even it's not anything. It's just little money. So yeah, you can, if you want to get this information like in ascending order or descending order. Descending order is from the highest to the lowest. So yeah, this in descending order. So you can see the highest is Gianluca Scamacca. He's a forward, and yeah, 24 years. In 2023, he was 24 years. That's what they're trying to say. That's what. And he's having the highest pay. Then next we have Charles de Galeta. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name well. And we have Ademola Lukman, the famous Nigerian player who is working magic currently in the Syria. So where were we in finances? So yeah. Now you can see we cannot, and beneath all this, we have this adjust budget. The reason why we don't have these things is because when we are setting up the game, we didn't turn on first, was it first budget? No, first window budget or something. Yeah. So we disabled transfers for the first for the beginning of the season. So we are not going to, so when we start the game fresh, if you followed the way I started the game, I created my profile. When you are in the game fresh like this, you'll not be able to make signings unless in January. That is the January, the winter transfer window. So for the summer, begin the game, there's going to be any transfer. But when you turn that on, you'll be able to you receive a transfer budget, and you can adjust the transfer budget, which means you can push more money into the wage budget or into the transfer budget. So something like this for now, if we are having transfer budget, I think I'll push those a little bit of money into the wage budget, because at the top here you can see they say the club is currently spending 61.5k pounds per week over its overall wage budget. So we are spending more than we have. We are giving a lot of players money. So I also skip this stuff and move to transfer window. And at transfer window, this way you can see all transfers that the club has undertaken. When you click on view, you can narrow them down to transfer in, players you bought, transfers out, players you sold, future transfers, maybe transfers that have been accepted but have not yet been approved finally by the player. So we've not come to a conclude agreement. Then short list is where maybe you scout a player or whatever. Yeah. Next, let's move to the club history. So when you begin the game fresh, it's going to be empty because the game doesn't have any data to calculate this. But after your first season, it's going to calculate, or even during the season, when you click on view again, you can see the player records, so overall player records. So we are currently in the 23-24 season. If maybe a player sets the record for the most goals in the season, the 23-24 season, when you get to maybe the 2030 something 2030 something season, and you was able to see that record from 2023 2023 2024 season. Then we also have team records, we also have league history and all that stuff. Then next I'll skip. So now, yeah, that is it for that side. Now let's move back to the club icon. Another club icon, let's move to tactics. And the tactics is where you can create a tactic for your club. I'm going to make another video on how to create how to create well tactics that work for your team. But you can see, to create a tactic is three things. You first have to choose a tactical style, then a formation, then you next have to give player roles. So I'm not going to dive straight into that, I'm sorry. But if you want to see me creating a tactic, let me know in the comment section. So this is what it will look like. But I'm not going to do that today. Next, you have the team report. So under team report, this is where your assistant manager is going to give you information about the team, the positives and negatives. So you have a lot of positives. Let me read some. You have a highly determined group of players. You have very professional group of players. We have the morale is good. We have one of the youngest sides in the division. We have highly energetic. We have great depth and whatever. And the negative, you can see we lack depth in the left wing. That means in the when we are playing this in the January transfer window, we need to sign a left wing or something. We also have limited transfer funds. We'll get that when we make sales in the January transfer window and we are currently operating. So that is it. And under suggested 11. So in the tactics section, after you selected the tactical style, you've selected the formation, the way you want the players to to be on the pitch. When you come here under the suggested 11, your assistant manager is going to compile what you already have, your tactic, that's the play style and the tactics, the formation. Then it's going to recommend certain players for certain roles based on their current ability. So that's what the suggested 11 does. Then next we have the squad depth. Here you can see various places we lack squad depth, and you can see is the left wing because it's a bit red than the others. So that means we really need a left wing. We currently have only one left wing, that is Ademola Lukman. So when he goes out on injury, the next person is Vlahovic, and I don't think where is Vlahovic? Let's forget about it. So yeah, this is the squad depth. So you can come here and see where you are lacking as a club and work towards that. So team stats is here. You can get a general information about the current squad that you have, because you can see the average age is currently 25 years. We have a really, really young squad. And our youngest player is Vlahovic, who is 19 years, 124 days. Our oldest player is Jose Luis Palomino, 33 years. And the player with the most international caps. So, international caps is the player with the most international appearances for his national team, and that is Mario Palasic with 54 appearances for Croatia. And in total, the whole squad we have, the whole team that we have, they have a total of 338 appearances, and The current highest earner is here, Gianluca Scamacca with a 98k per week. And dynamics is where you can see how strong your team is in terms of their morale. And I don't know what this actually does. I don't think it's all that important. If you know what it does, let me know in the comment section. So from team report, let's move to development hub. So under development hub, this is where your assistant manager is going to give you some suggestions. You can see training performance here. You can come here and see players that are not performing right, or maybe you want to train a player to change maybe his position or the role he plays or his attribute or whatever. This is where you can come and make those changes. Then we have mentoring where you can make maybe an older player mentor a younger player to teach him certain skills and yeah, something like that. Brings it um it reduces workload on your staffing. Where let's move to medical center. So the medical center is just the clinic of the hospital, the club, the hospital or whatever. So you can see the current squad health. Our first team, we have a total of 25 players in the first squad. In their average condition is 97%. That means okay, they are slightly okay. We have three physios out of three. The training intensity is normal. We have three injuries and eight players are at risk. So when we move to injuries here, you can see players that will be out at the beginning of the season. We have three players, and we have this guy Toure El Bilal Toure. He's a striker, and he'll be out for 6 months after he broke his leg. Then we have Eteboa Hans. He's a Dutch guy. I love Dutch people actually. He'll be out for 2 months with a damaged cruciate ligament ACL, I'm sure. Then we have Palamino, who is 33 years, and he's Argentine is also out for 6 months with a thigh strain. And under assessment, this way you can see players that are at risk of getting injured. We have this guy Zapacosta. When you click, I think on this, it will give you a short information from the physiotherapist about their performance. They said it's lacking much practice and feels and your so this name is your physio, maybe the main physio feels here is an increased rate of getting injured again on whatever. Yeah. So that is it for this. And after medical center, we've done fixtures already, we've done finance. Let's move to staff. The video is getting really long. So under staff, this is where you can see the overview of your staff. You have the club allows for only four coaches apart from you. So you can sign four other coaches. So you can fire any of them and bring in your own coach. And the scout, the club allows for only three. So you can hire three. Physios also three. So we are done with that. Let's move to the manager section. So under the manager bar, the first place we want to go is manager options. This is a very important place. So under the manager options, when you come here, you need to assign staff rules. But I prefer you leave it the way it is, especially for the first season, because you don't know any of your managers. You haven't sacked or signed new coaches. So you need to leave this the way it is. So the head coach, of course, is you at a Pendleton, and you need a head for youth development. It's better you give that to someone else to do. So is just I'll just select anyone to do that job. I'll give that to we don't have anyone for the okay youth. I'll give that to Roberto Samaden. Then Atlanta B, that's our Division Two, the reserve second team. You also have to give that role to someone. Then the chief scout. Then next we have assistant responsibilities. You need to hand out responsibilities to your assistants. The one I advice is going for the last one, which is confirms contracts for players on loan list. Because if you don't do this, you're going to get a lot of messages, emails in your inbox about players that want to go on loan. And also to make it realistic, for me, what I do is I try to offer players who are 19 years and under for loan deals so I can go elsewhere and develop. Unless it's a wonder kid that we don't need him to go on loan, we can just develop him by giving him more game time. And also you can also select assign squad numbers, or you do that yourself and take control of club friendly matches. If you don't want to go through the hell of playing friendly matches at the beginning of each season, you can just give that to your assistant manager to do. And the last one is you have public manager stances. So this way maybe after you stayed at a club for some time, maybe you want to join a new club or a bigger club, you can come here, select bigger club. So that means you only bigger clubs will approach you to sign you or whatever. Or you're looking for a new challenge, you want to move to a new club, or you want to manage an international country and international. So when you're all done, you just click on confirm. So that is it for manager options. And aboard confidence, this way you can come and see how confident the board is, the owners of the club are with you. When you don't perform well, it's going to go down to D plus and F. If you're not lucky, you'll be sacked from the club. Next, we have manager profile. So after you play the game, this way you see your manager profiles. You can see your team talk style, how you talk to your players, either you're harsh or you're calm or whatever. Your games on game, that's what they basically do over here. Then we have manager history. Here you come and see the various leagues, competitions we've played in, the various performances throughout the seasons. Then we have trophy cabinet. This is empty, but if you are really good, you can fill this to the brim. Then we have holiday, maybe at the end of a season or during a long international break, you can also go on holidays. And yeah, you can read through this yourself and know board requests. You can come here and request the board for anything. If they are willing to offer, they will offer you that. So the next one is the where we have the globe icon or whatever. Yeah, you can come when you come click on that, the globe icon, and move to club division. This way you're going to see the league you're currently playing in, and you're going to see the stats. Yeah, so this is basically the stats. You can click on the hamburger icon again. You can see various informations from the fixtures to player stats, team stats, rules, history, stadiums, transfer windows, and awards. And that is basically it all for this. Then next we have search. So under search, this way you can come and search for a player. So player search. If you want to sign a player, like you want to sign the left wing, so what you can come to customize, and then positions will select this for the left wing. Then we'll just turn on include own players, and we'll turn off include own players and interested only. Then I'll leave include injured on and just go to confirm. So now to give you a list of all available left wings. So you can come and choose from the various options and make sure you have money before you try signing them, my guy. So this again, you can also filter it. You can see among the list, the highest is 93 million for Leroy Sané. But you should know that the value you see here, the team will ask for more money. So don't think this is the final say. You should probably know that already. Is then under here you can also come find for a new job. You can also come and see transfers. You can also come and find club. Maybe you're looking for a certain player from a club. You can come and search for that over here. Then scouting agency, that's it. Then the last one is the settings, or yeah, settings options. Yeah, you can exit the game. You can see the Hall of Fame achievements, settings, manual, scrapbook, and you can save the game. So that is it, guys. That is it for this video. The video is really, really long, but that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about FM Mobile 2024. What you think about the game and what you want to see next. Very soon, I'll be starting a series of manager my own manager career, manager career series on FM 24 Mobile. So stay tuned and see you next time. Bye. Love you all.